I'm a revert who's almost 29, well a few months to go on that front, has a decent job, alhamdulillah, is well educated, alhamdulillah, and I've been constantly working on my deen for the nearly 10 years I've been Muslim. Here's my gripe. As a revert brother, it's kind of like you're dealt a handicap during the search. I asked an imam at one of the local masjids to help me find someone, and he told me unfortunately nobody in the community would accept their daughters marrying reverts because there would be too many differences. Moreover, according to him, revert men are usually one step away from leaving the deen because they have close family ties with non-Muslims. Instead, he suggested I go find one of my kind, a fellow revert, to marry because we supposedly would be very similar. There are a lot of bigotry from born Muslims towards reverts, and you see it displayed very clearly when it comes to the marriage search. Don't get me wrong, everyone has the right to their preference. If you don't want to marry a revert, that's perfectly fine. But please do not use weird bigotry and bigoted excuses to describe how reverts are XYZ and ABC. What's depressing in all of this is that for a lot of revert, myself included, marriage is a crucial part of our journey as Muslims. We were raised outside of the deen. We embraced the deen. In some cases, our relationship with our families were damaged. In others, we have the loneliness of the only Muslims in our households. Ramadan and Eids are extremely lonely. Think of how Ramadan and Eids were during the height of the pandemic, but make it every year. Marriage for us is part of how we come to feel accepted and embraced by the Ummah, like we belong. But it's also the completion of our deen, and essential to our further development. Look, it can be really hard being a revert. When I newly converted, I struggled a lot. Almost a decade of working and studying the Qurans and trying to be a better Muslim day in and day out, and I still have challenges. But that doesn't make me any less worthy of marriage. People like to say that reverts are a living manifestation of Allah's word. But more often than not, those same people will be disgusted if a revert came to ask for their daughter's hand in marriage, or if their son told them they have an interest in a revert sister. What happened to one Ummah? What happened to character and deen are the important things for marriage. The solution isn't go find your own kind, nor is it to fetishize reverts or try and take advantage of us because we haven't been Muslim as long as your family line has. We're Muslims. We are your brothers and sisters in Islam, not foreigners or dogs for you to kick. The solution is treat us with decency as prescribed in the Quran.